day today? How do you feel? Pretty good?
Yeah, no, I think it was a good day. A lot of things, to clean up, to work on, and then obviously a lot of good things. But once again, I think it was just good for us to go against a new defense, see some new looks. They threw a lot of stuff at us today. And it's just really good for our development to keep seeing new looks, different things, and just go back and look at the film and see how we did.
And obviously, there's always stuff to work on. But days like this, do you give yourself a chance to get a little credit? Like give yourself a little, personal pat on the back that you had a really good day. When you look at the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I think obviously, I think there were some good things. And then I think there's things we need to clean up. Throws I wish I could have back. Reads I wish I had back. But like I said, never get too high, never get too low. So just learn from it, grow from it, look at the day, and then come back out ready to go tomorrow.
What you see on that? I think it was in the red zone, just outside the red zone, seam route to Luke.
Mm-hmm.
You hit him. What did you see there?
Oh yeah, we ran kind of a corner post concept, and I think they went kind of manish quarters, and the corner took the safety out, and Luke was just one-on-one with the corner right there, and I got it out a little early before he came out his break and just put it up, and he went up and made a great catch right there in the end zone. So it's fun to throw to him right there.
Was there anything they threw at you that maybe you weren't expecting or had not yet prepared for?
No, I think they mix up a lot of looks. They do a really good job of that. They threw a couple all-outs at us today, which is something that we need a lot of work at and just continue to keep growing with that. But I think they should do a really good job of mixing up the looks, disguising, cover two, man, all out, things like that.
How did you feel about the reason Willie Jordan were throwing checkdowns a little bit, kind of getting used to what they were doing in the beginning? Like the first second series.
No, just playing to play out. I think they had some good coverage on some of the concepts we ran early, and credit to them. But I think just continue to work through progressions, find those checkdowns. I think we get some good yards right there on some of those checkdowns.
What's your reaction
when you ended up on the ground? Did you have to just beat it? Like, was there miscommunication?
Yeah, I got to see it on film, but AJ was talking to me after. I think he was coming across they brought a pressure from the left side, and I think AJ was coming across to pick it up, and we just tangled feet, and I think I tripped over him, and then there was other guys right there just kind of tripped and got stumbled up on, but I didn't really know what happened at first. I just know I was on the ground. I was like, all right, so we'll look at it on film and see, but I think we just got tangled up.
Jordan, what were your impressions of Mac Jones and how much did you guys get to chat?
Yeah, we chatted a little bit before. We didn't get to talk too much, but I pretty much just got to saw him at the end right there in those move the ball periods, but he looked solid.
Jordan, what's your reaction when a red zone end around to a 6'6" tight end goes in the playbook?
Yeah.
Was I seeing things? Did you guys actually do that?
Yeah, we did do that. When you got a guy that's fast like that, like Luke, just trying to find different ways to use him, it's interesting. It's a new play for us, something we haven't been able to do in the past, but with his speed, like I said, just trying to find ways to use it.
What'd you see on the deep one to Christian, the 75-yard touchdown, where he came across?
We just ran a good concept right there. I was pretty much just looking at Rome come across on the left side, and the DB hesitated a little bit and gave me the chance to be able to hit Christian over the top on a field post. It's just a concept we run a lot. We haven't had any success hitting the field post yet this year, so that was actually the first one we hit. So it's fun to hit that for the first time.
Emphasize those checkdowns a lot with you. How much does he emphasize that?
I think it's really just going through the progression. And for me, it's not trying to force something that's not there. That's what I'm trying to continue to keep working on because in my past, I might try and force the ball in there when I don't need to. So just continue to play the play out, work through my reads. And like I said, a couple of those ones early, they had cover. They had good coverage on it.
What do you want to take out of today into tomorrow? I know you haven't watched the film yet, but what do you take out of today when you go up against these guys again?
I think protection is just being able to see their looks. They do a lot of different personnels and things like that, and put a lot of different guys on the line of scrimmage. So just trying to figure out who's who, be able to pick up personnels, and our protection's better. That's one thing I want to do tomorrow.
What do you get out of these joint practices compared to what you get out of the preseason game?
I think there's more looks in joint practices. I think the defense is giving us more looks that they might not do in a preseason game. They're trying to work things as well, and we're trying to work some new concepts. So I think you dive a little bit more in the playbook.
Every quarterback wants to be perfect, and every quarterback wants to avoid the lows.
Mm-hmm.
Is just being steady good right now? Is that kind of a good baseline measurement, a way to look at things?
Is being steady, you said?
Yeah, is that kind of an important thing?
I mean, I'm trying to be great every day, but I mean, I'd rather, be steady than have a bad day, if that, I guess. But yeah, every day I'm trying to focus on doing my job to the best of my ability, just limiting these mistakes, things like that.
So the other day there was a practice with a couple of incompletions, and I asked Sean Clifford, "How do you think Jordan did today?" He says, "Did amazing." And then he explained to me, "Do you realize the checklist this guy's going through right now?" And then when the play is going, he's looking off safeties. He couldn't believe all the things you were accomplishing like that. And so it just makes me wonder, do you still have a sense that maybe you're thinking too much yet, and you're not just out there playing ball? It's not quite 100% natural.
No, I don't think so at all. I think I'm out there playing right now. I think if anything, the reps I've had over the years have just, built up confidence and seeing different looks and things like that. Obviously there's sometimes like today where, you see a defense that you might not have seen. They present a look and you're trying to fill them out on the snap, see what they're going to try and get to. But I think all that stuff will help when we have, a game plan where you're able to game plan throughout the week and you kind of see different looks on film. Going to a day like today, you kind of don't know what they're going to throw at you. So anything's kind of open. But no, I think that's one thing I've done less of this year is just being able to go out there and play, be free, not be thinking as much.
We talked to you on play yesterday when Carrington picked you off, and you had the out route on 2 minute. I know you only had like 7 seconds, so you had to do that. You kind of sailed it up there. Did you seem like, okay, QB's too close? Did you learn a lesson from that one, or was it totally separate?
It was separate. The play we ran right there was pretty much like a foul ball where you're just trying to throw it out of bounds, waste a little bit of time. So we kick it in the half with no time left. So that's what that situation was. But yeah, I mean, the play the other day with CV, it's a field out throw. One thing I got to speed up my feet right there, make sure that ball's outside, and he made a great job, made a great break on it. He was able to get that pick, so credit to him. But it's one thing you get to learn from right there.
We talked to you a lot about the positives that you've learned from Aaron over the years, and there were a lot of those. But it seemed like over the past few seasons, he kind of gotten away from taking the checkdowns every day and throwing the ball down. Did you see that, and did that help emphasize to you how important it is to take when the defense is going?
I think that's one thing that I've just learned in my progression since being here, is just find those checkdowns. I mean, over the years, I mean, those are really good yards if you can find the check down on time while the defense is still dropping back, things like that. Those are great yards right there. But no, I don't think what you said about Aaron. I don't think that's the case. If anything, I learned a lot from him just on finding those check downs and how good of yards those could be right there.
Did LaFleur seem pretty pleased how things went after practice? Kind of a message to you guys?
I mean, I don't think anybody's ever, happy or sad about one practice. I think it's one of those things where there's a lot of great things to learn from, and we'll go back and look at the tape and see. But we said we did some good stuff. In 2 minutes, we were able to move the ball down the field and get in a field goal position. But obviously, there's a lot of things we can clean up. To move the ball, and then started off kind of sloppy, kind of moving backwards a little bit right there. So. I mean, there's highs and lows there in practice. Just got to find the things to clean up.
Hey, Jordan. You didn't have any interceptions. I don't think you had any sacks, as I recall. You come out of a practice like that, is that, I mean, other than making Clemens happy, is there anything to that you go through practice and don't do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always a positive. Coming out of it with no interceptions, that's the goal. Never trying to go out there and throw picks. But yeah, it's a positive day, I guess, if you can come out with that. No sacks. I mean, O-line's doing a great job protecting. I mean, it's practice at the same time, so they're not calling everything. Let some things play out. So,
Jordan, you mentioned that move the ball period maybe before the 2 minute, and it looked like you guys were struggling to get going, and then you hit Christian down the sideline. Yes, big plays are great, right? But doesn't that kind of show, A, the importance of why you want to get that down pat, and B, the kind of weapon he is? Because that completely changes the entire period, right, by being able to hit on a throw like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, yeah, obviously, to start a move the ball period, you want to be having positive plays. You never want to be moving backwards because it's hard to play, from behind the sticks, things like that. And, defenses do really good coverages when you're, third and long, things like that. So, you never want to be in that position, so I think that's something we got to clean up. I think we had a false start, which you never want to have happen, but things we can clean up, just pretty much shooting ourselves in the foot. But then, yeah, what you said, having Christian out there, having a guy that can it's 3rd and long, and be able to have an explosive play like that, and just speed and get past the defense. It's always a threat. He's always a threat when he goes deep, and just the more we can build that chemistry and be able to hit those big plays, it's going to be huge.
Jordan, I asked Mac Jones a few minutes ago about replacing Brady. Not that he was like the exact replacement for Brady, but he said that his job is to play to that standard. What's your standard?
I mean, I think, like he said, the standards have been set from quarterbacks that have been here before us. Obviously, we've had some really great quarterbacks here. The standard's kind of set, and you're trying to just continue to raise your game until you get to that bar and just continue to go past it once you get there. So obviously, just going into year 1 being the starter, just trying to go out there and have fun, play great, and just enjoy this process, because it's a process. But I think the standards are set here.
Okay, so if that's the standard, how do you avoid trying to play like that? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you make a mistake or you try to play this style. How do you be you while trying to play to someone else's standard?
I mean, I think the standards are there, and you just try and be yourself, play your game. But that's kind of the goals you're trying to achieve. But I don't think, with standards, I don't think it means you have to play like somebody else. It's just kind of what's been done here and what's happened in the past, and you get to see something that's been done at a really high level, and that's where you want to take your game to.
As far as that, do you enjoy these joint practices? I mean, is there something particularly that you like best about it?
No, I enjoy them. Like I said, I think it's just good to see a new defense. Obviously, for our defense, see a new offense, get new looks, go against new guys. Camp is a grind, and you're going against the same guys over and over again. I think, it kind of gets old, and just see a new team in here and just get some new competition, new energy out there, practice, going against other guys, it's fun.
Do you appreciate the two histories of both teams too?
Oh, yeah. Obviously, great history here, and then Patriots, they've done some really great things. So it's awesome. I think the fans might have appreciated it a lot too, being out there. So, yeah.
You're not a trainer, not asking you to be, but did you get a chance to talk to Jay Reed after? So, seeing, it's normal.
Yeah, no, I think, Jay Reed's going to be fine. Yeah.
As far as the progress, kind of what Bill was saying about, like, with you, maybe like halfway through camp, are you where you want to be right now with your progress, knowing how important this training camp is?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just focusing on getting better every day. But yeah, I think I'm where I'm at, but I'm always trying to focus on improving every day. There's always little things that I'm trying to work on every day. So it's never satisfied, I guess you put it that way. You do good things, and it's like, okay, well, here's some things I can clean up. So it's always trying to find ways to improve.
Jordan, we know you play more on Saturday night.
What was that?
Are you expecting to play some more again on Saturday?
I'm not sure how much I'm going to play yet. Yeah.
Jordan, I know you talked to Aaron, you talked to Peyton was here. Have you talked to anybody that has actually replaced one of those guys? Like last week in Cincinnati, Bill and I talked to Trevor Siemian, who replaced Peyton out in Denver. Have you talked to any quarterback who's ever been in the situation that you're in?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if I can recall one quarterback I've talked to. I mean, throughout these joint practices, bringing different teams in here, we've had the chance to, talk to a lot of different quarterbacks and guys like that. I mean, Jameis was here last year. I think he, replaced Drew Brees, things like that. So I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, I've talked to a lot of great guys, and everybody I talked to have given me really good advice, just pretty much on being myself and just going out there and focus on what I can do to improve and don't try and be anybody else.
Matt mentioned yesterday, or a couple days ago, you were starting to play with some more swag. What does Jordan love with swag? What does that look like?
I think it's just getting comfortable, getting back to playing like myself. Like you said, kind of not thinking about what you're doing, just going out there playing free and having fun.
Is that no-look passes like at Cincinnati? I don't do those frequently. I know you threw a few there. I guess it's hard to tell every other day, but
that's one thing I've tried to work on. Obviously, since being behind Aaron, it's the best time I've ever got to see someone do no-look passes. And obviously, throughout being on scout team the years prior, I've worked on that. It's one thing that you just got to be comfortable doing that to where you're going to be comfortable enough to go do it in a game. But yeah, I mean, that's just having fun out there and trying new things, continue to work.
Do you feel any of that Belichick presence or aura out there? I'm sure just stories.
Yeah, I've heard plenty of stories, but I mean, he's a great coach, and yeah, I mean, he definitely has his aura around himself, and people just kind of notice him out there. So, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to miss him out there. He's standing in the middle of everything. But yeah.
Did you talk at all?
No, we didn't talk. We didn't talk at all.
Is he a little intimidating to talk to? Just wondering.
I've never talked to him, so I don't know. I wouldn't know. Just from stories I heard, I guess.
It was a little chippy out there, but I mean, fairly calm. You had a joint practice last week where it got a little chippy. What kind of energy do these joint practices bring, and then how do you make sure that you kind of keep that? I mean, you probably don't have a problem with it, but just as a leader on this team.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think obviously you bring two teams together, and guys are competing. There's a lot of alphas out there, so you know, things happen. It gets chippy. You know, bang bang plays happen, and then you know, things set off. So, but today was pretty calm. Obviously, we had the incident in Cincinnati that you know we've talked about, and I think it was for the most part it was pretty calm out there today.